I would have to say. Hey, I can hear all of you guys, like, clear. Alright guys, I'm here with my brother BJ at the lawn and garden shop. He's actually decided to go ahead and start a YouTube channel, so we're kind of doing a little video together here. I'm going to put it on my channel, he's going to put it on his, and I'll link his description, or his channel in the description and in the card. But in the last video that he was in, we mentioned that he had a lawn and garden shop. Someone made the comment about the new Ultimate TZ lawnmowers that are coming out.
It's Ultima ZT.
Ultimate
ZT1, ZT2.
From Cub Cadet, so we thought we wanted to do a quick walk around it and show you guys what's the new latest and greatest from Cub.
And here it is. The Ultima is a brand new zero-turn platform for residential operators that Cub's releasing for the 2019 year. It's going to replace the RZT-L and the Z-Force L platform. If you're familiar with the lineup at all, the Z-Force LX will still be around this year. But at any rate, a lot of improvements, a lot of changes, a lot of value-added features. Just to look at the machine from front to back, one thing that you'll notice immediately, especially compared to an RZT series, is just the way it's constructed. I mean, we've got 2-inch tube steel frame from front to back, and everything is wide open. They're not ashamed of anything on this mower. It's got a wide open footprint so you can see everything that's here. They go into a high back seat that is standard on both the ZT1 and the ZT2. We're standing in front of the ZT, or standing around a ZT2, which has armrests on the seat, as well as the quick release forward and back adjuster. If you get on a ZT2 or ZT1 machine, you're going to lose the armrests, and there's a couple thumb knobs underneath the seat that have to be loosened to actually slide it forward and backward. This is a 54-inch machine with the AeroForce fabricated steel mower deck. I don't know if you can see that on the camera here, but it is fabricated steel deck. It's not the stamped lawn tractor deck that everyone's accustomed to. Takes a little bit more wear and tear and abuse. It's actually a cleaner cutting deck, just due to the way it's designed. With this machine, we've got more of an ergonomic style operator lever that can be adjusted on the fly, kind of back and forth.
Yeah, fat guy friendly.
Right. If you're a bigger fella and you get on here and you move these levers back and forth, put the seat all the way back, you should be good to go. They actually can be raised or lowered a hair to accommodate different size operators. They put a little tool on the machine, and I'm going to leave that alone because I don't want to break the molding there. But it's kind of like a multi-tool you get with a chainsaw. There's a socket head on that fits on these screws, as well as the screw that holds the floor pan down. You take that loose, your floor pan will flip up so that you can get to the top of the mower deck, change your belts, check your belts, clean things up, whatever needs to be done down there. The last thing that I found that adjusts are these two screws right here. And if you don't know what that is, if you own a zero turn now and it kind of pulls to one side or the other just a touch, those are adjustment screws to set the tracking. That's not going to fix all those problems, but some of the minor issues that takes care of.
It just prevents one lever from going as farther forward.
Yeah, basically. It will. If it's too bad of an issue, your levers will be way off center. But, another new upgraded feature, I guess, the way we raise and lower the mower deck. The RZT platform for the last several years has had a very awkward lever over here. It's kind of an pull in toward you and then lower or raise. It's kind of clunky. This mechanism, we have a foot pedal to raise and lower, and then we have a dial that we just set the dial to the height we want to cut at and let our foot off the pedal. This is 4.5 inches. That's the highest the deck will cut at. We have 1/4 inch adjustments all the way down to 1 inch. If you buy a ZT1 or 2 and take it home, please don't mow your lawn an inch. There won't be anything left. Dirt.
Higher settings are better in my opinion.
Yeah. You want your yard to look halfway decent all year long. 3.5 inches or so gives you a nice lush look. So underneath the seat here, we have access to our battery compartment as well as the top of our fuel tank. Fuel neck is here. These two little black pieces are a composite material that act as a shock absorber, so to speak, for your seat platform. Kind of helps take some of the abuse away from you, and it gives you a little bit of absorption for bouncing around in the yard, so that you're not feeling it completely. One thing that I like on the ZT2, it does have a little bit bigger transmission than the ZT1. We have independent reservoirs for our left and right transmission. It is the ZT2800 hydrogear transmission with filters, but there is no way for cross-contamination. If something goes wrong on the left, we're not going to have it go wrong on the right also. Something else a lot of our customers will like, this is a 23 horse Kawasaki FR series engine. That engine, or the Kawasaki series engines, will be available in the ZT2s, as well as the ZT150. Brian, if you come around the back, you can get all the kids and the wives in the shop. So if you come around the back, you can see this is a 23 horse Kawasaki FR series twin. Standard hitch. It's just got a nice open layout so that maintenance is easy. We can get into our oil filter easily. In years past, some of these machines, you could get to the filter fairly easy to spin it off. However, when it came time to actually take the filter out, there was no good way without dumping. 10-inch rims. We're running, I think that's a 20 by 12 tire. Nice wide footprint. And one thing that you probably can't really see on camera, but if you look down the line here where we've got the ZTs and then we've got Z-Forces from the older series. The Z, yeah, the first two mowers toward the window there, those are Z-Force models. They set just a touch higher than the Ultimas do. So, lower center of gravity should give us a little more stability on the slopes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. These machines come standard with a 3-year factory warranty.
I had to take a little break there for a second, but I believe we were discussing the warranty. Had to cut.
Yeah, so these machines come with a 3-year warranty from Cub Cadet. There is no hour limitation on that warranty. That's standard out of the box. You don't have to spend any extra money to get that. However, they do have a new program now. We can add 2 years to your warranty, bumper to bumper. It kicks in after the first 3 years, so you're not paying for anything that you're not using or not benefiting from. This machine, as it said, so I mean, if you finance this guy for 0%, 36 months, you're looking at about $120 a month or less. You can add $15 to your monthly payment and get the additional 2 years of warranty. It's a pretty nice deal, especially if you're planning on using the equipment. You put a lot of hours on it, year 4 and 5. That's when, if you're putting a lot of hours on it, that's when things start to potentially fail. So it's there to take advantage of it. This equipment, like I said at the beginning of the video, replaces the Z-Force L series. I just looked during the little break there. This machine is actually the exact same price. This is a ZT254. It's the exact same price as last year's Z-Force L54, $38.99. It's a pretty nice upgrade without bumping the tag up on the price. So far, I like it. I don't know if you can hear the rain on the roof. It's a torrential downpour right now, so we really haven't been outside with the equipment to play around yet.
How long we can have this one more?
We actually got this on the floor yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I unloaded these last Thursday, which was another torrential downpour, and it actually just got assembled on the floor yesterday.
Do they have a jet ski option for it?
No jet ski. There is a bagger attachment. There's a mulching attachment.
Something you levitate off the water.
I mean,
what's the
we
blade?
can turn the blade.
Speed? Yeah,
we can turn blades upside down.
On
You know, get to the airflow. Something that they do have new this year: LED headlights. You know, some people think that's kind of silly and a waste, but a couple things. If you mow by the highway, especially if you got road frontage, it's a nice safety feature. People can definitely see you. Or if you get off work and it gets a little later in the evening, do what you got to do, right? But that pretty well wraps it up for the new Ultima ZT series from Cub.
A couple questions I have, just from being an outsider looking in. Like, I guess the first thing I would notice, like when the models these are replacing, they have the saddlebag fuel tanks. Looks like, are they a larger capacity than this?
Well, actually, that's kind of a misconception because the model it's replacing is right there, the first one in line. And it does have side pods to give it the impression of being two tanks. However, the right-hand pod is empty. There's nothing there in that Z4 now. That's a 2.5 gallon tank on the left pod. Believe this is a 2.5 gallon tank underneath this fellow.
Same capacity.
Yeah, you're not losing any fuel capacity. And actually, with the tank being under the seat, that also helps lower your center of gravity to give you some more stability in getting a terrain.
What about bearings? Are they sealed bearings? Are they greasable bearings?
Yes, so Cub is making a movement to go to maintenance free. That's just kind of the way of the lawn and garden work. Deck spindles are maintenance free. The front spindles for the casters are maintenance free. I got to looking just before Brian got here. The front wheels are maintenance free now. Really, the only greasing and lubrication, I don't think there's going to be a grease fit in one machine. I haven't crawled underneath it to double check that. But the maintenance is mainly going to be back here at your engine and your transmissions.
Oh, price point wise, like where does this fall? Like, is this kind of the entry level zero-turn lawnmower?
The ZT1 will be the entry level residential lap bar zero turn. And by lap bar, we're talking about these. Cub, for those of you that don't know, also make what's behind Brian there, steering wheel technology, getting you all four points under your control. But the ZT1 will be your entry level residential machine. Those are going to be anywhere from 20, I think they start around 2,400 and go up to about 3,500.
So what's the price point between the difference between a Z2 or ZT2 and ZT1, same deck?
Oh, same deck.
I mean, yeah, like both 54s. Like, I guess that was a 50. I guess what would be the price cost to upgrade to the other?
Let's say to go to a ZT1 54, which they do make, is going to have a 24 horse twin cylinder Kohler on it. That's going to retail at 3,100.
It's got a higher horsepower motor than this one?
Yes. Yeah, it's well, the Kawasaki is kind of thought of as the premium engine. It's a little quieter. It's got a little bit more torque.
Okay.
It does have some beneficial. It does give you some performance benefits. The Kohler does. The Kohler is a little bit noisier engine. I think anyone's been on a Kohler 7000 or a Kawasaki FR. They're both fairly cold-natured motors. But to go from a 54-inch ZT1 to a 54-inch ZT2, it's 3,100 versus 3,700. I'm sorry, 3,900.
Okay.
3,099, 3,899.
Okay. It's about $800 a difference.
Yeah, and smaller tires, smaller transmissions. The seating is, like I said at the beginning, with the armrest here, you lose that with the ZT1. Just some small items that add up. The ZT1s have sealed transmissions. There's no reservoir. There's no filter.
Okay, so that's kind of, that transmission goes out, you're pretty much done then.
Yeah, it can be costly to replace those. If you plan on owning the equipment for several years and you want to be able to maintain things and continue to use it problem-free, the ZT2 is probably a little more in your avenue with the maintenance, with the serviceable rear end.
I know, like I said, from where I'm looking at things, I mean, I don't have much to do with the mower shop anymore, and I know whenever you first started selling Cubs, their entry-level zero-turn lawnmower was very entry-level looking.
Yeah, we still have a couple of the old models out front on the patio, and I actually thought about cleaning them up and bringing them in here and set them side by side to show where they were and where they are.
This looks a lot more heavier built. It looks a lot better than the machine, in my opinion. Just visually, I mean, I've never mowed with either of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got some showroom appeal, I guess you'd call it.
I mean, it just looks like a heavier built unit.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks like this would be, I mean, for a guy trying to get into a landscape market, a young kid or something, especially that warranty, this seems like it would be a pretty viable option.
Well, there's a kicker right there. The extended warranty program is only available for residential operators.
Gotcha.
And
I was about to say, that sounded too good to be true.
Yeah, and guys, people ask me all the time, well, how do they know? I'm not stupid. Neither are they.
You mean tell me a normal person doesn't put 800 hours a year in their lawnmower? It's hard to
know, our target customer is typically 5 acres or less, and they're not going to put 300 hours in their machine in a season. A lot of our commercial cutters don't put 300 hours on their machine in a season. It's pretty easy to look at the hourly and tell. One thing, if you have a Cub mower, a residential series Cub mower, whether it's a tractor, zero turn, or whatever, that was built in the last 10 years, you have the reverse safety mode feature on your key switch. If you come in and take a look at a ZT1 or a ZT2, you'll notice that's not there. Do not panic. It does mow in reverse.
That's what I'm saying. I hope they just got rid of it.
Yeah, you don't have to override it anymore.
Well, it seems like you mow in reverse almost as much as you do.
Yeah. Even even on a zero turn, you do back up quite a bit.
Yeah. Will this be available with a steering wheel eventually? You think this style mower?
Not this year.
Do you think that's eventually?
I don't know. I kind of start getting information toward the end of the summer. We typically don't really find out firm plans until we go to our dealer convention in September. So we'll find out at the end of the year. I would assume that they try to keep things kind of uniform, so I would assume at some point, like the machine behind you is a Z-Force S. I would assume at some point that machine will kind of migrate to more of an Ultima look.
All right, you got anything else for me? I guess I'm kind of out of questions.
If I got your questions answered, I'm sure we'll have some of the comments.
Yeah, if you got any questions, like I said, leave them below. I won't post this video till we get your channel up and made and everything, but I'm assuming it's going to be something along the lines of Brown's Lawn and Garden equipment.
Yeah, probably something like that. I don't think that's going to take it.
Yeah, we'll see. But thanks for watching, guys. Like I say, this is a video between the two of us, so this video will be on his channel as well, word for word. My intro might not be in your version, I don't know. That's
Understandable.
That's about it. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks, guys.